But yeah, we'll just look at the garden stuff again on this garden blog. So that one jujube that died right below the graft is coming along nicely, I guess. And we'll see what kind of fruit it produces maybe next year. The sumac is doing really well. I didn't think it was going to take off at all. It's probably 2 foot or more now. Probably should weed around this fig tree and then put the weeds and all on top of this raised bed here that I'm working on. The Louis Philippe rose hasn't really done much of anything after its first initial bloom phase, but now, wow, look at that. I told Natalie about a week ago it's fixing to bloom like crazy. Coral knockout is looking amazing. We need to start deadheading it. This yellow one, knockout, is fixing to start blooming like crazy. Matchstick bromeliads I put on the palm tree there. And most people plant them in a pot, but I did read that this type is also an epiphyte, so it can live on other trees. This mini tangelo decided to bloom again, and my Mayor lemon, but it also decided to put out a really good flush of growth, so I really need to stop giving it any kind of coffee grounds, coffee, fertilizer, and anything, because after June you're not really supposed to fertilize these guys. And it's got a lot of probably coffee grounds and stuff in there that's going to be like a slow release fertilizer anyway, so I need to try to keep in mind that this guy does not need fertilized again, or it might have a really heavy hard hit when the freeze comes, at the end of this year or early next year. Got our first flower from this thing. I don't know if she called this a moonflower or what it was. It was from a permaculture garden. It's kind of neat. Kind of looks like a morning glory. And this is this other flower. They look so similar, don't they? Other than how they like hang off of the stem. That's kind of neat. Looks like some of our taro or malanga or whatever is starting to come out now. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Took a while to come out from the pots. A lot of it actually took a while to come out from the ground. You would see a little sprout, even sometimes from the grocery store or wherever you got it. It still took like a month for it to, for that sprout to come out. So maybe it's slightly warmer weather or more rain, enticing it to come out. Not sure. Hoping that one or both of these Chiang Mai 60 mulberries will root. Maybe I used too big of a stick, and I should have did like 2 or 3 of them. But even if this starts dying down, hopefully we'll get some kind of buds come out there and some root activity. I did one in the ground and it really doesn't look that great. Them don't look that great really. But if we get 1 out of 3 and to survive, then that'll give me plant material to make more and to give them to other people. I don't know if I've showed this pumpkin off, but it is getting big and it's already growing to the fence. That's good. I want it to climb that fence there instead of climbing like over all of the plants and just smushing them, breaking them and stuff, smothering them. So it's good that it's found kind of a place to trail off to. Well, there's one of our Tennessee seedling pawpaws. It's already as big as, if not bigger than the ones that ripened the last few years. But guess what I see up here? It's like a yellow rat snake, small one. I don't think he's transitioned to his full patterns and all yet. Very beautiful snake. When they're small like this, they can be nippy. When they're like 5, 6, 7 foot, then they usually stop biting. Very beautiful. We really appreciate our wildlife around here. Whoop, he just jumped down because I touched his tail. All right. So apparently these Queen's Tears bromeliads are also epiphytes that can grow in trees. In their natural habitat, I guess they grow in both trees and in the ground. Most people I see around here grow them like under oak tree canopies and stuff, but we'll try a couple there too. So we got some fermented Mexican cream guava seeds with a little bit of flesh here. That's been kind of soaking in water for a few days. And I made a seedling mix, basically perlite and peat moss. Not the best mixed, but we'll try it. Try to get something sterile here. I have grown one of these successfully, and it lasted a few years, but it just died, after being like 5 years old or so, and I'm not sure. Last minute, I decided to put it in like a gallon pot, and we've got it had it soaked from the bottom and the top. So when it dries up, we're going to make sure that the top is dry. So in order to save some of this sterile soil, I did, probably about right to 2 or 3 inches from the bottom. I did regular like soil compost mix and stuff, but I put the seed layer on top of the perlite and peat moss, and then I put another layer on top of that. So hopefully the peat moss is going to get soaked pretty good. If you do not, work it and soak it a lot, it'll dry out and it'll just be like dust, and your seeds obviously won't survive. But this guy here, if we had a good success rate of seedlings, this is way too small to try to separate, 50 or 100 or whatever. But I'll be happy if we just get one, but it'd be nice if we got like 5, 10, 20 coming out of here. And last time I did this, I don't think I used a sterile mix, so hopefully that's the key. But we'll continue trying, if this fails for a little while. You can get like 100 seeds or so in probably every little Mexican cream guava you eat. So hopefully that's going to be it. Honestly, I believe, see there's little tiny things coming out of there. That should be the citronella seedlings popping up. So hopefully we have a lot of good successes with that, and hopefully that they'll be true to the parent. It might be 8 to 15 years before we know, but we'll have at least one of these growing probably in the wetland zone 1 area.